You know what the craziest part about us humans is? That we would not care even if the world was ending. That's how selfish we are. We would not care even if the world was ending. Now, before you defend yourself, watch this whole video. Then, if you have something to say, please do. But before that, let me show you some facts. Now, first, let's talk about the condition of our women and children in India. 75% of Indian women, about 380 million, don't have a formal job and do only unpaid housework. 32% of women, about 200 million, have never gone to school. Every day, 20 women are killed due to dowry related violence. A rape is reported every 16 minutes in India and 99% of cases go unreported. Now, let's talk about the children's. Children are dying and suffering. 800,000 children under 5 die in India every year from malnutrition and disease. 350,000 babies die each year within 24 hours of birth due to poor health care. Millions of Indian children are forced into child labor and marriage instead of getting an education. Now let's talk about the India's extreme poverty and income inequality. The richest 1% of Indians own 40.5% of the country's wealth, while about 230 million people live in extreme poverty. 60% of India workforce earn less than 375 per day, less than 375. The top 10 billionaires in India own more wealth than the bottom 50% of the population. Whole of the 50% of population earns less than the top 10 billionaires in India. Crazy. Now let's talk about the rising crime and violence. Over 29,000 murders occur in India each year. Lynching and mob violence are increasing, fueled by religion and political tensions. Crime against Dalits has risen by 177%. Crime against Dalits have risen about 177%, showing deep-rooted caste discrimination. We still follow caste system. That's how stupid and uneducated we are. You know what? Let's forget about all these facts that I told you. Let's focus on the world ending. Do you even know the world is ending due to climate change? Do you even know what is climate change? Well, let me tell you. Climate change is basically the more carbon you emit, the more harm you're causing the earth. And the more harm you cause the earth, the more it is hard for us to survive, for any species to survive. More than 1 million species are endangered by climate change right now at this moment. Now let's talk about the facts of India and facts of climate change affecting India. India is experiencing deadly heat waves with some areas reaching 50 degrees Celsius by 2050. Parts of India may become too hot for human survival. By 2050, it will be too hard for human to survive. Over 1 billion people will fight for food and water. That's how serious it is. 21 major cities could run out of groundwater by 2030, affecting over 600 million people. In about 5 years, 600 million people would suffer due to lack of groundwater. Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai could be underwater by 2100 due to rising sea levels. 40% of Indian food production is at risk, leading to food shortages and rising hunger. The Himalayan glaciers are melting fast, threatening rivers like Ganges and Brahmaputra. The future if we don't stop the climate change. By 2050, over 1 billion people will be climate refugees, forced to flee their homes. By 2100, temperature may rise by 4 degrees Celsius, making large parts of Earth unlivable. Mass food shortages, deadly heat waves, and war over resources could lead to civilization collapsing. Humanity is on a self-destructive path, and India is at the center of the crisis. Now, what do all these facts have to do with us being selfish? How does it relate to our selfishness? I didn't do all these things. I was just at home, going to job, or looking out for my family members. I was living my life. I didn't have to do anything with this. Well, that's the only problem. That is why I'm calling you selfish. You didn't do anything, nor you are trying to do. You are living selfishly. You are only looking out for yourself. You don't care if the world is ending. You don't care if there are women and children suffering. You only care about yourself and your family. That's how selfish you are. You don't even care if by 2050 billions of people are going to die or are going to fight for food and water. That's how selfish you are. Now most of you will blame the government. Like, bro, government has these jobs, we don't. We pay our money, we pay our taxes, and the government has to do all this. Well, bro, who elected the government? Where did the government come from? Government is made out of society's people, right? And we are part of society. So we are making the government. The people from society are the one governing this country right now, are the one responsible for all these things. And we are also part of this society. So you can't say that that person I elected and now he has to do all the things. I will sit selfishly at my home and look at my parents, look at my wife and children, and look at my job. I will look at my safety, look at my food. I will only look at myself and people related to me. The government I have selected will do the other job. Well, the government we have selected is not doing anything. Instead, it is leading us to destruction. We are leading ourselves to self-destruction. And you know what? What does the government do? Government is made by the people, right? So government will follow the people's mentality. They will do what the people like. And what do the people like? People like entertainment and religious superiority. And that's what the government provide them. And that's how they win the votes and elections. This is what the government do. And this is what the people like. Now how can you say that I don't have anything to do with this? You are the only reason that this is happening. And if you don't fight for this change, you are selfish. You are purely selfish. Now some people will come here and say, what's the problem with me taking care of my family and my relations and my relatives, etc. I'm taking care of them. I'm unselfish. No, you're not. You're taking care of them because they are related to you. You do not care for anybody else. You only care about your family. Why? Because they are you're taking something from them. You're not only giving, you're only also taking. So you are selfish. You don't care about our women. You don't care about our children. You don't care if the world is dying. You only care about yourself. You, and yourself. That's who you are. That's how selfish you are. Now, I'm not stopping you from caring about your family and your people and yourself. Do that by all means. Be selfish. But please don't try to call yourself a good man. You're not a good man. Not by far. You know all this suffering. You know even the world is going to end. And you still care about yourself and your people. You are purely selfish. You do not even have one quality of being a good man. If you are fighting for change, if you are fighting for ending suffering, then you can say that you are a good man. Oh, but I didn't know about all these facts. You didn't know about all these facts? Or you didn't try to know about it? Right now I know about this fact. I will change these things. I will care about them. What will you change? You know what you will change? You will go into Instagram and make few posts or write under few posts about these things and comment, bless them, pray for them, make a change, or you will go and donate a little bit amount of money. That's what you are gonna do. You're not going to go and fight to educate people. You're not going to change people's mind. All you're gonna do is prove yourself that you're morally right. That's what you're gonna do. You're not going to do anything else. You're not going to fight. You're just going to show that you're fighting. You will just show that you're donating, that you're commenting under this and that Instagram or YouTube posts. You're not going to actually fight and risk your safety. You will do that exact job that you are doing and just do a little bit of donation and all these things. That's what you're going to do. And that's who you are. So please don't call yourself a good man. Don't try to call yourself a good man. Please live in reality that you are a selfish, bad man. And if you still want to live as a bad man, then be my guest. But please don't lie that you are a good man. Be my guest and do what you are doing. Be a bad man. Let the earth be destroyed. Let there be suffering. But don't lie that you are a good man. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you to change anything or etc. I'm just asking, live in reality. You are not a good man. Now, if some people want to change that, they want to be a good man, they really want to be a good man, well, for them, the solution is you have to be spiritual. Not that type of spiritual where you sit and meditate. Spiritual meaning self-knowledge. Spiritual knowledge about the self. Adhyatma. Adhyatma. Knowledge about the Atman, self. You have to know who you are and what you are. Then only you can be a good man. If you have knowledge about yourself and you know what you are, then only you can do the right thing. If you don't even know what you are and why you are here, don't even know anything about yourself, then how can you do the right action? So the only way of spirituality is self-knowledge, and through self-knowledge, the world will change. The world will be peaceful. The world will be full of good men. And that is what I am doing, or you could say trying to do. I am trying to educate people about their self. I am trying to make people go and chase self-knowledge. I have released 4 videos, so you could go and support me on this journey so that there could be more good men. There could be more peace in this world. It feels like begging, but that's my job. I have to beg people to change their mentality, to end suffering, to save this humanity from self-extinction, from self-destruction. It might feel like cringe or corny, but I can't care for that. There is no time for me to care for those things. I have to just do the right thing so that the right outcome may appear. So please subscribe, like, and leave a comment so that more people can be educated. And please don't stop here. You have to educate more people. Go and educate more people. That's my, you could say, request or begging. I'm begging you to do that. Well, I'm begging you. Please do these things. Thank you.